So hello Meddie fans, today I have a surprise for my people. So instead of me and V being the main people on camera, today we're gonna have our cameraman on camera because he's also a medical student and today he's gonna be a doctor. So this is the game that we're gonna play, right? It's called game theory. I'm gonna give them a scenario, both of them, right? And then what's gonna happen is that it's a case about a patient and something went wrong with this patient and this patient died. But the thing is, they were the two doctors that were on call, so they're both equally responsible at this point in time. We don't really know who was the one who actually made the mistake whereby our patient died. So this is how a game theory works. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you guys see this? Okay, so this is how it works. We have Dr. N and Dr. V. So if Dr. N confesses against Dr. V, saying that Dr. V was the one who made the mistake, then Dr. N gets immunity. But then Dr. V gets the complete suspension, expulsion of their medical certificate. But then if Dr. N and Dr. V both confess, then they both just get the normal punishment, which is just suspension and 3 months probation. But then if both of them, they do not confess, basically we don't know who did what and what went wrong. So we only act on the basis that, okay, it was a mistake, we don't know who did it, we don't know if it was the nurses or what, we don't know anything. So we can only just give them a simple punishment, which is just suspension. Does that make sense? So here in this game theory, we're going to test whether are they going to be loyal to each other or they're going to look out for themselves and be like, you know what, because I don't want suspension or having my medical certificates expelled, I am going to confess against my partner. So today we're going to be testing decision making, we're going to be testing loyalty, and these are the things, and we're going to be testing how you carry yourself, character, and these are the things that a doctor needs. So they don't know what's happening. I'm going to talk to them individually. So when everything happens, you guys know what's happening, but they will not be knowing what's happening. Okay? Do we get it? Okay, great. Okay, Dr. N, how are you?
Very good, and you?
I'm good, thanks. So on the 14th of February 2019, a patient presented to casualty with an acute exacerbation of COPD.
Yeah.
Right? The patient has a sudden onset of shortness of breath and had an increased production of sputum, a hoarse cough, and a distended chest on physical examination. And this patient, 48 hours later, passed away. We're not sure what happened, and this is what's happening now. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. So, you guys diagnosed as a exacerbation, acute exacerbation of COPD, and your treatment regime that you wrote on the patient's file was bronchodilators, corticosteroids, antibiotics, but there was no oxygen supplementation, and ventilation was not supplemented as well. So tell us what actually happened. So here you have the choice of telling us the truth, but actually if your partner was the one who made the mistake, you can tell us, and this will actually give you immunity from the punishment. Or you can keep quiet, but I would advise you to tell me what happened. It's either you confess, or if you don't confess, you also will face the repercussions. So what happened? And might I tell you, if your partner confesses against you will have your medical certificate taken away from you and you will never practice medicine again. So you can tell us what happened. Or risk having your medical certificate taken away from you.
No, wait. So what happens here?
You have to, it's either you confess or you don't. It's your choice. Are you going to confess or not?
Who made the mistake?
That's what I want to know from you guys. You guys were both on call at the same time. You guys were in charge of the nurses and all the medical staff. They took your guys' orders. But between the two of you, someone missed oxygen supplementation, which led the patients to become cyanotic to the point whereby it led to central cyanosis and they had multiple organ failure. So tell me, was it you or was it her?
It was me.
It was you?
Yes.
You made the mistake?
Yes.
So it was not her?
It's just unfortunate that the patient had to lose their life because of my stupidity.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. N. Thank you for your confession. We will now have Dr. V come inside and tell us her side of the story. And hopefully, both your stories will match. Okay? And then we'll make a decision after that. Thank you. So, Dr. V, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. We are actually investigating the death of a patient under your care and Dr. N's care. A patient came in on the 14th of February, right?
Yes.
He represented with shortness of breath, an increased production of sputum, a hoarse cough, a distended chest on physical examination, and we noticed that 48 hours later, the patient died. This was due to the progression of central cyanosis that you and Dr. N did not pick up on. Because on your treatment regime, you supplemented bronchodilators, corticosteroids, antibiotics, but oxygen supplementation was not there. Ventilator, not there. What happened? Is it you or Dr. N? You have the choice of telling us who made the mistake. If Dr. N confessed against you and you decide to keep quiet and not tell us the truth, you have a risk of losing your medical certificate, and he will go on with immunity because he would have told us. But if you withhold the truth, but he still confessed against you, you lose it. But you can tell us what happened.
I can tell you what happened.
Yes.
Okay, both Dr. N and I are very good doctors and we've treated our patients with good care, right? And if I recall properly from the day, I was the one who was taking care of the files, writing everything that has been done. So I don't think it was a mistake that we did miss the oxygen supplementation. I wouldn't necessarily put the blame on Dr. N, but he is the one who made the mistake. I'm not putting the oxygen supplementation.
Okay.
Yeah. He did make the mistake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you.
Guys, tell me what happened. So let me tell you the results. Your Dr. V threw you under the bus.
I did.
Didn't even try to protect you.
I did.
So you lost your medical certificates.
Let's cheer it. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. That's sad.
Laughing.
It's very sad. It's very sad. I'm sad.
What's sad?
The fact that my colleague, my co-worker, lost his certificate. It's sad.
He didn't even try to protect him.
her.
Well, guys,
Are you sad about that?
I have a house. I have children to support. I have children to
Because I
support.
don't.
You do, but then now, if you tell a lie, or if I tell a lie, and then we both get caught, because at the end, we obviously, one is going to confess, or when they're going to give up on your lie and confess, and then now, we both going to get our
No, but the thing is, guys, let me tell you guys, The thing is here, it's not that he was wrong or she was wrong. It was a thing of trying to protect the other and coming out as one.
I mean, I was thinking of my family. My children, guys. I've got children. I've got 7 children. Okay?
Moral of the story.
And I'm paying black tax.
Moral of the story is, it's actually a question. Would you protect yourself and stand for integrity? What other word looks nice? For loyalty.
Loyalty.
For what else?
Honesty.
Was yours honesty?
Yeah, I was honest. I told them that I was writing the stuff, but you were the one who was checking the patient. So I was recording what you were doing, so I didn't
But then again, we were both on call.
Yeah, we were both on call, but
we are assigned to the same patient.
yeah, we were.
It's also a duty to make sure that I did everything right.
Yeah, I know. So I did say that we both great doctors. We both know what we were doing. It was just a mistake that you made.
Because you are human. Everyone makes mistakes.
Yes, we
so
do
it's
make
also
mistakes.
a duty to check
So you
that
guys didn't
I
work
did
as a
everything
team.
right, basically.
We tried. He failed.
Patient died.
We both failed.
Yeah, you just have to say we both failed.
We both failed. Yeah, teamwork wasn't
So
great.
actually, we actually.
No way! No! My children!
So yeah, guys, that's it from us today. Screentime with the Meddies.
Screentime with the Meddies.
Yes!
Make sure you like and subscribe to our page and follow our Instagram.
Yes.
Listen to him. Hey!
Bye!